Showing that. Go to. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is Carmen with Elemental Designs. And yes, you guys, as the title implies, I am back and right back to work, you guys, working on another journal lap book, whatever you guys want to call it. So I've squeezed out the last little bit of ink out of my printer. I'm currently waiting for some new inks to come in. Um, but I did go ahead and get some papers printed out. Again, these are free digital papers. And this is all from different just different collections that I get online. So there's not one specific one that has like all of the patterns and all of the designs. But I did go ahead and print out some papers. I've gone ahead and got my book started. I do have a video that I recorded yesterday when I put it together that shows exactly how I bound it. I give you the breakdown on how I created this part, which I also have a tutorial on my other book that I made. Where is it? Oh, right here. I have I think it's a 6-part series on how I created this little journal book here. This little lap book journal. And again, to me, it's lap book theme, even though to some it might not be, because of the way that the pages extend out. Hello, Linda. How are you? And thanks for joining me. So I'm gonna be creating something not similar because I don't like to make them too similar, but in the similar kind of wraparound fashion. So it has the three panels, the front, the cover, and then the middle. So this is gonna be similar to that in that way. So I've already put it together, and I used some of the scraps that I had left over from when I did the cover for my mermaid lapbook album. So the measurements to this is 4 7/8 by 10 inches long. This one's 5 inches by 10, and this one is 4.5 by 10. Um, you can make them all three the same size. It really doesn't matter. I just chose to make them just a little bit off a little bit. But you can, with this style, you can pretty much make them however you wish. And it looks really, really wonky from that side, but from this side, you can see it's nice and clean. Um, and so this kind of wraps around like so, and everything is enclosed inside. Um, I also share with you guys how I worked on my sections for the inside, my signatures, if you want to call it that. They're going to be made from regular envelopes. And all I did with this is I cut open one end and then I folded them so that this part of the flap is on the top. So these are all going to be pages, and then we have this pocket here, and then we'll have the access to this pocket there. So I did 3 of those. One second. So then I have these 3 here, and then I also did the same with the smaller version of the envelopes. I didn't cut the ends off of this one. Hello, Martin. Martine. Hopefully I'm saying that name right. So I didn't cut the end off of this one, but I did leave it open on this side. And this I just folded in half very simply. And I got 3 of those. To this, we're also going to be using, I got some CD envelopes here. So I have 3 of those that I'll be probably decorating somehow and incorporating into this somehow. So I got 3 of those. And I also got some regular standard, envelopes that we'll be cutting apart and doing different things with. So I got quite a few of those because I'm not really quite sure which way this is gonna all unravel and get all done. I do know for a fact that I wanted 3 and 3 of these, and I just happened to grab 3, so I guess 3 it is for that as well. Oh, I got it the second time. Okay. Hi, Lynn. How are you? So we have this done, and again, I do have a 6-part series on how I created that traveler This is like a traveler's Lapbook journal type thing. Again, it extends really wide. Some of the sections do extend really wide. Let's see. So this has a lot of openings and closings. And my auction is gonna be tomorrow. So I have to put out a APB out for that later on today. So these are the papers that I got. And again, I printed these from the computer. And I got, these are from several different kits. And as you can see, my ink is already was running out, but I pushed it through anyway. So I do have some two tones on some of these papers. I do have some slight banding on some of this paper, but I actually like it because I think it gives it lends a feel to like the vintagey kind of look, like the pages are kind of worn out. So I kind of like it. And what I did is I just printed out two of each design, and hopefully you guys can see this well. I know sometimes the lighting doesn't allow you to see the colors all the way, but these have like coffee stains in it. They have like other markings already on the paper themselves. This one has like little bird's nests and little birds on it, and I love the blue on here. So I got two of those. I'm gonna be decorating this album once I'm done. I'm just waiting for like my ink and some cardstock to come in so that I can go ahead and cut out all of the embellishments and print them and cut them out. This is all gonna be fairy themed and butterflies. So that's predominantly what's gonna be going on in here. Um, and I've saved up like a whole bunch of different fairy related images that and also ephemeras that I'm going to be printing and cutting out and adding to this book at a later time. But I figure since I have this, I might as well get started with what I have. That way I'm not holding up the process. And so I went online and just started looking and looking and downloading. And I found some really pretty ones that I think are going to go nicely with this book overall. It's all the same. Yeah, it's the same. And then I got some really large, they look like book pages, like out of a dictionary or out of one of those botanical books. It just has like different images of like flowers and things like that. So I thought that would be cool. And I printed out two of these. And again, same deal. I did get some banding on this. I did get some places where the color is more vibrant than others. But again, I don't mind because between the stressing it and if I add any other inks to it or if I add anything else to it, it'll all be all right. But like on this one, you can really see it. I don't know if you can see it that well on there, but this is like really dark compared to how light this bottom portion is. But I can always add a piece of lace here and that way hide where the transition starts between the colors. See, this is supposed to come out really dark like this and it didn't. It came out really light. And again, I don't know if you guys can see that too well at all. These two came out really different as well, and this is the same paper. This one came out with a nice vintage tone, which is what's supposed to be, and I got like a pinkish tone on the other ones. But it's all right. We'll survive. We'll survive. So these are some of my papers that I'm going to be using on this. I also went ahead and just gathered myself some 12 by 12s. I'm not sure what I'm going to be using, but these are a little bit sturdier. So I figured maybe for like some of the pockets or tuck spots or just other things that I might want to do in here. Or if I want to go ahead and just cut out some designs from the machine, from the Cricut, then I'll be doing it most likely with this paper because it's a little bit thicker. My covers, I think I'm going to use, see if I find it. I like this for my covers. So my concept for this, I want to have, this is the front cover here. This is supposed to be the front cover here, but chances are is that it's not going to be the front cover. Oh yeah, this way. It'll be upside down. My writing will be upside down, but that's fine. So this is probably going to be like my front cover, and I'm going to be adding another partition to this, something that I can kind of open and close. That's the goal anyway. So I'm thinking that this, for the cover, I think this will look really cool. And then I can always embellish it and add more stuff to this. Hey, Monica. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, Martina, because I do the same thing. I literally my ink was like the paper was almost like the last sheet that printed out, you could barely see the letters, and I said, okay, I sucked every little bit of it out, so I'm good to go. All the juice is gone out of that baby. Let's see. Oh yes, and this one right here. I mean, I got a few different papers. I'm not sure yet out of all of these which one I'm going to use. I know for a fact I'm going to be using 99% of my printed papers, and I'll sublet with some of these 12 by 12s, whatever I'm missing, or wherever I feel I need a little, you know, je ne sais quoi, little something, something extra. So let's get this show started. Let's get this show started. So the first thing I'm going to do, actually, I think, instead of working on the inside of my book, I'm going to start working on some of these envelopes. I think that's how I'm going to start. I have more materials here, so I have more 12 by 12s and more chipboards in case I need them. I also have here some double-sided tape that finally arrived in the mail. Super excited. I got quite a few rolls of those, so I'm gonna be working using double-sided tape most likely. Does the job fast and easy, and I don't gotta worry about tape. Um, so let's see. So let's get some of this sorted out. So I'm gonna take the papers down first, and then I'll worry about this is all the ephemera papers. Then I'll worry about the stressing them and let's see. Think like this. Think like this. I'm probably gonna tape this to this. Turn this into a little touch spot there and then a touch spot on the top. Okay. All right. So these are my smaller ones. These are my larger ones. And I want these to be out like this. So my first page is gonna be this part right here. And these are hot off the press, you guys. These are hot off the press. So I'm gonna go ahead and start removing some of those little white edges because I don't like having the white edges on the paper. Some people do like that border. I don't. I'd rather have it nice and clean and get as much of the full image as I possibly can. So we're gonna start this process, and again, this is a bits and pieces series, so you won't see the entire process of everything as I'm doing it. You'll see some parts here and there, but you won't get to see the whole entire process start to finish because it is a really, really long process. Hey, Tanya, how you doing, love? All right, so I like that right there. Don't start with me, Sasong. I have Sasong, you guys, on my earpiece. It's awesome. I get to keep him company. It's like we're together even when we're not together. And he's like, yay. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, yeah, not yay. So every now and then you guys might hear me speaking and you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Tanya said element Lambo Sasong, yeah. So Tanya says hi. Yeah, he's working hard right now. My little busy bee. Here it is. So I got a really good deal on this double-sided tape. So I snatched it up real quick. She said, me too. She's working hard. Indito. So I'm gonna double side tape as well as add glue, so that I don't end up wasting all of my tape, but I'll get to cover most of my big areas with the tape, which makes life so much easier, you guys. Makes life so much easier. So I'm gonna take this off. I got this large, it's 2-inch wide tape specifically because of these books. I'll worry about that part later. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. Yeah. So I think this is gonna look really cute, and then with like some of these fairies that I'm gonna have on here. Ooh, I can't wait for my ink to arrive. That's the 2-inch. This is the 2-inch, right? Yeah, 2-inch. It comes in a pack of 4. So I got all these for $6. I got all these for $6, which I think is pretty good. I don't know. It was like 6 and some change. It wasn't quite 7. I know that. It's closer to 7 than to 6, but I still think it's a good deal. So I'm like, shoot. This is gonna be a fairy inspired book. So yeah, I'm on a roll now. So hopefully at some point I'll get tired. Hopefully not though. I really enjoy doing these things. Okay. Who is calling me now? I can't tell. Tanya knows my phone's retarded. My phone's the dumbest phone in the world. Like legit, it's so crazy. My phone will literally have you like on some house arrest mode. Like it won't. If you on the phone for a certain amount of time, it'll hang up on you. It's like you talk too much. Get off the phone. They're like, Carmen, you need another plan. I'm like, but this one's cheap. Come on. Can a girl have a discount? But it is annoying as all heck, you guys. It really, really is. It really is. I could be in the middle of the best conversation in the world. That thing will be like, boop. I know, right? And I have an unlimited plan, you guys. It's not like I'm still paying for minute. I literally have an unlimited plan, but it's just the worst. It's just the worst. You pay for everything and you still don't get it. I'm gonna use all these little bits that are left over to my advantage, and I'm gonna move them over. Angel, that's your sister. Annie's home. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna wrap everything on everything else. So I'm gonna snip, snip, snip. And use all this paper to cover up all that other paper. All right. Yeah, I just have to get myself started on another one. And the hop is about to start soon. I'm just waiting on Isabel to drop the names on her channel so that everybody can get started on their projects. I haven't even started on my projects yet, but I'm really eager to start doing that as well. That'll hopefully. Oh, uh, 1 second. 1 second, you guys. Give me 1 second. Over here. Can you Wednesday anytime of the day? Okay. Mañana, en la tarde. Okay. I'm back, you guys. I'm back. I hope you didn't miss me too terribly. So I was like, not too much. You shouldn't be missing me at all because you got me on the phone. It's like having me right there with you. Oh, do I want a cappuccino? Heck yeah, Annie, I want one. You don't even need to ask that. Yes. Yes, please. My daughter's asking me if I want a cappuccino. Hello. Can I have my morning coffee? Even though it's almost afternoon. No, it's gonna be smaller. It's gonna be more in this style. So it's gonna be more compact. It's gonna be more like this. Cause I already did a few of those big ones. I did the other style. So I wanna make I wanna see what else I can do with this kind of style. With the whole with the back of it being like that. So I wanna see what I can do with that. Cause I did a few other styles already. So I thought this might be good for like a traveling journal type of thing. Um, Maybe to like put appointments in or any kind of journaling or planning that you might want to do. So this is not gonna be so geared towards like photos per se. Um, the goal is gonna be to make it so that you can actually use it for other things. And if you like fairies and if you like fairies and if you like butterflies and stuff like that, then that's what this one's gonna be about. That's what's gonna be in this one. So I'm just cutting off little notches off the top of the paper so I can fold it over and it not interfere with my paper underneath. So I'm just taking off little notches here so that I can fold this over and be good to go. And then I'm just gonna glue these down. So you're gonna need I mean you don't need it if you don't want to use it, but tape, double-sided tape, regular tape, glue sticks if you have, that'll be helpful. Um, those type of adhesives would be good. Not all the papers I'm gonna be able to wrap around. It really just depends. Okay, daughter of mine, daughter of mine. Okay, um, so we'll have to see how it all turns out. Our mornings are crazy hectic. You on the fourth cup Starbucks? Oh my goodness. I'm a 1 cup person, you guys. I've said that to you guys plenty of times. I'm very caffeine sensitive. I love it. I love the flavor. I can deal without the jitters, but love the flavor. And I could deal with a cappuccino, but you would never catch me drinking 2 or 3 of them things a day. And when I drink coffee, coffee has got to be decaf because I'll lose my mind. Yeah. Also, when I do since I'm working on these lab books, these lives for these lab book processes are gonna be very impromptu. I'm not gonna have a set schedule because I'm gonna work on these books whenever I want to, like whenever I'm in the mood to do it. But this is not like I don't have a set schedule like, oh, I need to work on this today or I need to work on that tomorrow. Like it's not gonna be like that, that kind of a situation, I don't think. It's gonna be mostly for whenever I feel like it. If I feel like if I wake up and I'm like, I want to work on my laptop today, then I'm just gonna get up and do it. Other than that, I should be back on. Well, we should be back to our normal live streaming schedule, you guys. We had to have our modem replaced. So Verizon had to send us a new modem because the modem that we had it for like a couple years, and it was just like not really feeding the house properly. Everybody's Wi-Fi kept kicking out. We're all having issues. I mean, granted, we have like a gazillion electronics hooked up all at once to that one modem, but it was really bad. It was really, really bad. But we got to replace, so we're good to go now. We had them overnighted to us. I flipped out one day. I was like, I can't do it. I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right, so I'm gonna put this thing, this like this, right here. And I won't worry too much about the excess pages because these excess pieces that I have on the paper, I can actually add other things to that. So like I can go ahead and on the back side of this paper that I have left over, glue in this envelope or something, which I might do. Actually, now that I think about that, I might just do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back into with my tape. And you could use glue. You don't have to use tape. This I just feel makes my life right now a little bit easier. We'll see how I feel about it in a little bit. My feelings tend to fluctuate. Come on. So we'll see. She working in my field. Oh, oh yeah. I'm sure, Tony. I was looking for double-sided tape. My favorite store, like in the whole wide world, which is like eBay. Next to like Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I got really bad for us, Martine. Like it was really, really bad. Even though they sent us the same exact modem, like I don't know. I guess it's just those things collect dust. No matter how much you dust them on the outside, they collect dust on the inside. So I'm just thinking that over the years, it just got crazy. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for my lives on Saturday as well as at Sony Crafts on Fridays. Um, his schedule has been a little bit wonky, which he'll talk to you guys about that, which is why you haven't really seen many videos coming from him lately. Um, he's literally worked some days in the morning, some days in the evening. Like the schedule has been like crazy everywhere. So it's been really, really, really insane for us. Oops, let me put this here. Okay. Try not to get my hands dirty when I'm working with these papers because they're so the ink is not archival, so everything is subject to change on these papers. You can put glue from the back, but if you get glue on the ink, forget it. The ink gets wet in any way, done deal. Hold on. Bring it all the way to Fold that all the way up. I spent what the better part of 3 years doing mixed media, anything and everything mixed media, from canvases to this to that. I've worked with just about almost every single medium that there is to work with. Let's see. I'm trying to see which way I'm gonna put this. Cause I do like that. I do like that. The concept of having the envelope in there. But I'm thinking, how do I want it? Trying to figure out how I want this envelope to be. My envelope's a little bit larger, which is fine. That's not really that much of a big deal. It's a little bit larger. It does fit in the inside, I think. Let me double check real quick. Will it fit in here? Yeah, it fits in there. So it won't overlap my book itself, but I'm just trying to figure out how I want this to be. I think maybe that way so I could decorate the other side some other way. All right, let's get some double-sided tape on this. Huh? Okay, no problem. Okay. So I took a break this morning and I had this idea stuck in my head yesterday because I ran into some images that I was just like, oh, I need those. But I don't like to just get them just to have them there. So I'm like, if I'm going to get them, I need to put them to use. So Carmen got to work. So that's what I did. Carmen got to work real quick and in a hurry. Real quick and in a hurry. And my auction's going to be tomorrow in case I didn't, oh, well, I did say it earlier. I'm going to put an announcement on my channel. So we'll see how that kind of turns out. This saves me from having to cut the pages apart. So it allows me to kind of keep them whole, which works well for me. And we're going to repeat the process now with the back. Let me just make sure I don't clip the envelope. So I'm just going to go like this, right up there. Snip that end. And more or less, this is how I'm going to do the remaining of my pages. So this kind of gives you an idea of how to go about setting up your pages when you do your books. For this one, I'm going to leave that ledge off, I think. Yep. All right. So all we have to do now is just glue these down. And this doesn't need it. I probably won't do too much for that. I don't know, to me, these things are so involved. Like I get so caught up in it. I concentrate so much in these things. It's not even funny when I start doing them. I completely zone out. I gotta make sure if I got anything like on the stove that is done, because I will literally just get stuck gluing pages, distressing them, doing all of that stuff. Like I was saying earlier, I spent so many years since I started YouTube just focusing on mixed media art, and now I found a new passion, you guys. Yes, I found a new passion, you guys. So here we go. We have this kind of started. So this is gonna be an envelope there as well. Here on the back, let me go ahead and clip that. I'm gonna get some paper that I can decorate that with real quick. I'm gonna do all of my covering of my papers first before I even decide what else I'm gonna be doing, you know, to this. The embellishing, the additional little pockets and sections and tuck spots and all of that good stuff. I'm gonna cover this whole thing first before I even decide what I'm gonna do as far as that is concerned. Sometimes my inspiration comes from after I've done it and not while I'm doing it. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hi Deb, how are you, darling? So I got this paper in, we got that paper in. On the back of this one, let's see if I find another one that I can use. I think a paper that is not all the way that pretty, maybe. I did print out 2 of each, just in case. Maybe this one. Maybe this one. Some of my papers didn't print out all the way they should have printed out. The color is a little bit faded here and there, but again, I personally don't mind that. For these kinds of books, for other things, yeah. But for these kinds of books, I don't mind that because you tend to put in junk papers anyway, or distressed papers and worn out papers and bits and pieces of paper. So you tend to use those kinds of things anyway on here. So I don't mind if my color's a little off, as long as I can still see some kind of images on there. I'm gonna have to replace that blade real soon too. All right, so for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and do this and put this paper here and just trim off the excess of that. And we'll pretty much have just about, well, not really. We still have a ways to go. And I'm gonna add a little bit of an embellishment to this page right after I'm done with it. I'm gonna add some other paper that I have there. Oops, a daisy. No, they're not from Pinterest. These are from actual like blogs and stuff that do like free digital paper. So I would recommend that you look free digital paper kits, or free digital scrapbooking paper kits or something around that line, because that's usually what I put in my search, and I'll get like different different blogs, different places that do them, and then you just have to print them out. I spend hours and hours and hours looking for paper sometimes. That's what I'll tell you. I drive him crazy with it. The only thing that I don't like is that you have to wait for it to download. That part of it I really don't enjoy. You have to wait sometimes. This one? Oh no, this one? And you know what's funny? This is supposed to be, I think, like a pinkish color, and it's two-tone. And this is all on printer paper, nothing fancy. This is all printer paper. But some of them do have texture look. Like some of them have like a crinkled look to them. Like I got some there that have like coffee dye stains. Because I think that these are like scanned in. These are like scanned images. Like somebody either made them by hands and scanned them and turned them into like digital prints or something of that nature. Something around those lines. go ahead and trim this out. Trim this excess out right around that top lip. That'll be useful for either a tag or to decorate something that I didn't have enough room to cover. Okay. To make sure I have it all glued down, that'll help. Making sure that everything is glued in place, that will definitely help. So I figured instead of me doing everything, you know, doing voiceovers, this and that and the third, I can just be sneaky and just do it live. Like, yes, just record it live. And then you don't have to worry about all of that extra stuff. Okay, let's see. Let's trim this off the bottom here. This excess. So this is done. Here I'll probably end up putting either some washi tape or something, and I'll decorate this part of it here. But this is mostly done like this. And then here I'll add some kind of decorative something or the other just to cover up that paper. Or I'll distress it or something. I don't know yet. We'll see. So this is top. Okay, so let's look for another piece of paper. And see what else we find in here. So these are all different collections. Like I mentioned earlier, these are all really, really different. I like this maybe for the inside cover. It's got a little angel sitting on a butterfly or on a flower. I can't tell. Super adorable. Let's put this one with the birds. Let's see. Let's get some stains. So like you see, some of these have like stains on them. That's just how the paper itself is. So I'm gonna grab one of those and grab one of these birds there and see how we do this one on the back. Yes, it is, Deb. So much easier. Oh, is that your sister? My doorbell rings, you guys. Like, I don't know. Rings a lot. It rings a lot. All right, so let's get this part of it going. I'm gonna leave this to the back like this for now. And I'm gonna start from this end here, and then I'll get paper that overlaps that paper, but I gotta work out that little thing right there. I might take it off. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just take the whole little thing off. Yay, hopefully my cappuccino's coming. So excited for my cappuccino. I love that part of the day. Love that part of the day. So I did try printing on my paper borderless so that it prints from edge to edge. But what I found is that it stretches the images sometimes a little bit too much and it makes them look really wonky. Not for all the prints, but for some of them, and I really didn't like it, so I'll just trim off the edges. I know it can be a little bit time consuming to do that, but yeah, my cappuccino is in the house. Muchas gracias, baby girl. Love you.
Sorry, I didn't get your text this morning. I was sleeping.
I'm live, baby. What's up later?
Hi.
I got cappuccino. Yes. Oh, it tastes so good. I think printing them is too much trouble for me. Plus, yes. Yeah, not lying about that.
What time are we gonna look at the sofa today?
I don't think we're gonna do that. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. I don't think we're gonna be able to do it today. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. So let me finish up. I just got a few more sections to do, and then I'll be calling this a wrap. Cause I gotta get to my house with chores. Uh-oh. I'm just being a slacker this morning, you guys. Don't tell Sasson. I'm slacking today. Well, for now, anyways. Then you see me running around the house. I got my caffeine in my system. I'll be like zoom, 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 running through the whole house. Give her some water. Maybe she's thirsty. She's sure peas enough. But yeah, my printer. I have HP Photo Smart 4400 series. I don't even know. I know it's old, you guys. When I tell you I've had that printer for at least 15 years, at least minimum 15 years, like probably more than that. But I love that printer. And I love it more so because online on eBay, I can find refurbished ink for it that costs a fraction of the amount. And I do that to it every now and then. Some of the sellers, the ink, it sometimes doesn't work too well with my printer, but for the most part, they do. So I take advantage of that. And I'll buy, I think I pay like $6 for like both black and color. So that's the only reason that you guys see me doing this stuff. If I had to pay $30, $40, $50 for my ink, I wouldn't be doing it. Heck no. I'd rather go to Michael's and get me some hot buys. But for something small like this, yes. You just have to pay attention to the level of saturation that you're trying to achieve on your paper. Yes. I buy the XL. And to be honest with you, the extra large cartridge lasted quite some time on this because I printed out every single paper like 4 times for the mermaid journal that I just did. I keep giving it different names for the mermaid album book that I just made. I've like printed every single page. I don't even know how many times, and I still had enough ink. And I went crazy and started printing all these other images, and that's what happened to my ink. I wasted it, which was gonna happen at some point, right? I wasted it like a dang fool. I still wasn't on. I'm gonna do another book. I had just finished the one that I made, so I was like, yeah, it'll be all right. I saw my stuff printing out kind of wonky. I said, no, hurry up, run, eBay. I need more ink. Hurry up, eBay, send me my ink. But I got it. It should be coming here any day now. And what I'll do is I'll buy one original and I'll buy one generic. So that way I can put them both in and the machine will, it'll level itself out somehow. It's crazy old. Like the day that this thing decides to just like kick me to the curb, literally, I wouldn't hold anything against it because it's giving me a lot. I probably want to replace it and buy a whole another one of the same one. I really do like, and the way that it prints the pictures too, like it does a really, really nice job. Now I just use it for printing paper, but in its day, it was like the best photo printer. I used to love, love, love printing out photos with that thing. They looked so good. Now I don't know. Now I probably wouldn't want to risk the paper or the ink. All right, so a little bit down the center here. A little bit down the center here. Oops, daisy. Let's roll that up. And I'm gonna do it this way, right? Yep, this way. All right. So fingers crossed, everybody. Let's see. Just close on. correctly. So where's that piece of paper that I had that was left over? Oh, right here. I think I can get away with using this little bit right here, right? Yeah. Let me just take that white edge off. I left some of that border.
Yes.
I hung up on Sasson. I didn't even know. Oh, my phone hung up. Oh no, I didn't. It's still there. Let's get back to call. Oh yeah, he's still there. I'm like, I thought I hung up on him, but I didn't. Hi, Chris. I'm like, oh no, I'm trying to call him back. I'm like, I gotta call him back. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see, let's see. You guys can hear my dog throwing a tantrum in the background. Yeah, Nina's getting bougie, you guys. She's getting spoiled. She wants all the attention all the time. She wants all of that attention all the time. No holidays, no take backsies. Okay, so we got that. Now I can trim off all this other paper because I already wrapped it out, so I don't need all this extra trim here because my paper is wrapped up from front to back. If you want the distressed look, then you can either glue it over and distress it, or just distress it and not glue the extra pages over.
Mommy,
Wow.
I'm sorry. I need to bother you, but there's no trucks. I need a POD.
Okay. It's called mop.
I know, but the
Water.
mops is good.
I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay, you guys. It looks like a woman's job is never done.
I'm
So
sorry.
that's okay. I'm gonna have to cut this live short. I gotta go clean after the dog.
We could just put on pause.
You can't put it on pause. I'm live. You can't pause live. Right, you guys. You can't pause live. All right. So I'm gonna go take care of that. Depending if I have more time, I'll probably come back and finish off the rest of it. I gotta go clean up after our baby Nina. But isn't that pretty? I think this is gonna look really nice. Especially with the theme for fairies and butterflies. I think this is gonna look really cool. I think the papers are gonna do a really nice number on this one. So I'm probably gonna come back. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to clean up after the dog. It's probably gonna take me a few minutes, and I don't want to just have you guys hanging on air. So I'm gonna come back and we'll work on how I'm gonna decorate one of the smaller ones, just to at least show you guys what I'm doing with that. And then as we move forward, you know how the whole thing goes, right? So I'll be back, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Hopefully I'll see you guys in a few minutes. If not, then I'll definitely be catching you guys, bouncing back and forth here and there. Ah, que sera, sera. I'll catch you guys. Thanks.